Hey, what's up, guys? I wanted to share with you a quick story, something that happened when I was young, an encounter with a very old little lady who said something that stayed with me all these years later and I found to be very true. So, this was during a time where I was actually homeless and without a place to stay. I had a girlfriend, and that girlfriend's family actually opened up their home and their hearts to me and allowed me to stay with them during the Christmas season. So I wasn't outside and alone in the freezing weather. It was an unbelievable thing that they did for me. I actually mentioned that in another video I made. I think it was titled Three Times in My Life that people showed me unbelievable kindness. I later reached out to that family while I was in prison and wrote a couple letters to them and let them know how much that meant to me. But to get to the point of the story, there was an old lady, the grandmother of my girlfriend, who lived in the home as well. And I was, very nervous to be there because I had a very bad reputation. I had already been in and out of jail as a juvenile multiple times. I was a dropout. And this was a very wealthy, good family. The opposite of who you think would accept such a person like me into their home. And it was actually the grandmother who made the decision to allow me to stay there for the most part. And I asked her why. Why did you open your heart to me? And why did you trust me to stay in your home here like this with your family? And she said to me, she said, I trust you because I see the way you are with animals. They had a bunch of dogs there because the girlfriend's brother was a dog breeder. So they had dogs there, they had other pets, and they had a little baby child there, a relative. She said, I see the way you are with animals and the way you are with children. That both the animals and the children are welcoming to you and receptive to you. And she told me, she said, always pay attention to the way people interact with animals and children, because animals and children have a very, very good instinct as to the type person someone is. And when someone's a bad person or someone has bad intentions, the animal and the children will always know. Always. And they'll always, demonstrate that to you in some way or another. They'll communicate that to you that they don't want this person around. And I have found that that's been true. For all my life since then, I've seen the same. And she's right about that with me. Ever since I was little, I was always able to pick up a crying child even that wasn't mine, and that child would stop crying. I've always been able to walk up to animals, and the animals were never afraid of me. Near my house now, a crazy thing actually happened like 2 years ago. There were deer that come to my backyard. I have a very large property, and the deer come to the backyard during their season, and they hang out back there. And I'm able to actually approach the deer. I leave my wife and kids inside. They watch from the big window in the living room. I don't want them to come out and get injured, but they watch me, and I can approach the deer and get to within like 3 feet of them, and they're not afraid of me. So it's just something I wanted to share with you guys. Think about it and look around and observe the people around you and see if what I'm saying and what that little old lady said to me is actually the truth for you as well. I think it is, and I'll stick with that for as long as I live. I'll believe in that, and I've seen it true many times, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this quick video. I'll talk to you next time. Thanks.